My name is Kim Badir, and I'm the general manager here at Comcast Arena at Everett. And it's my privilege now to introduce to you the mayor of our fine city, Ray Stephenson.
Well, good morning to all of you. This is a great day for the city of Everett, and we're here to unveil some exciting news about adding to the sports venue for the city of Everett. Today is a step forward in the Everett Comcast Center as we welcome a new arena football team onto our field. First, I'd like to recognize the Public Facility District board members, and Tom Gaffney, Mark Olson are here. Thank you for being here and serving our community so very well, and also for considering and bringing this opportunity to the city. What a great venue. The Raptor leadership, I want to thank you for all your efforts to get to this point. And I know you've worked very hard on this partnership, and I want to thank you for believing in Everett as we do. The Raptor football team will provide more opportunities for our community to enjoy sports right here in Everett. Our hockey, lacrosse, and baseball teams have made a name for themselves in Everett, each with a solid fan base, and we know that will happen with the Raptors as well. Arena football is a great concept. Now sports fans from around the region can look forward to a fun, fast-paced game, all from a great seat in this arena. I want to thank the Raptors owners and management for your investment in Everett. We're looking forward to a very successful environment to benefit this new team, our community, and the local economic base. It's my great pleasure to introduce the owner, Tom Dowling.
Thank you very much. We're glad to be here in Everett. We look forward to a very exciting season. We have some incredible staff that is bringing in some great talent. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce my general manager, Mike Berry.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This has been quite a journey for us to get here, and we are very excited to be a part of the community that Everett brings. When we started out, Northwest Pro Sports, Tom Dowling and I, when we met down south and a different venue in Kent, where Tom found a passion of the game of indoor football. And that passion led us to where we are today, bringing a team here into the Everett community. The journey that has begun started many years ago for me when indoor football first became part of the Comcast Arena. At that time, there was an opportunity for youth to become involved with that, and I took a very, very strong role in the youth at that time. And 6 years later, after working with the youth and building this up, I've had the opportunity to now become part of a professional organization. And those ties that we have with the youth and the community ties are extremely important to me, and we want to make sure that we keep ourselves out there and busy with the youth. And I think that's one of the main things that you're going to see as a difference with this football team. What I'd like to do also is introduce our coach, Sean Ponder.
Forever. Hi, good morning, everybody. Like Mike was saying, our number one goal and objective is obviously to perform well on the field. That's my job, is to win football games, but also to be involved in the community. I've been a Fellowship of Christian Athlete for 21 years. I've been part of Habitat for Humanity, Boys and Girls Club, and our players are going to be expected to live up to those same expectations. Excuse me. But the number one goal, obviously, for me to have job security is to win football games. And when our guys, sign their contracts, it's going to include everything and making sure that they handle themselves properly in the community and doing things the right way. We'll sign some good football players. I was brought in halfway through the year in Seattle and took over a team that was 1-5 from previous teams that I've gone and won championships and made the playoffs. We were able to turn around the structure of the team. We'll bring up Andre Piper, one of our great players that we're going to sign today. And he'll be the first to tell you, I'm one of those players that I'm very honest with the players themselves. I always feel that, if the players trust you, they're going to play 10 times harder for you. They always know I've got their back, and I lead them in the right direction and try to get them to play at a higher level than they're actually capable of playing or have played in the past. I actually have coached arena football and indoor football for 9 years. Played against the team that was here before when I was in Quad City. Been highly successful. That's why they brought me here. And there's no bones about it. I'm here to win a championship. But the number one thing that I found out is exploring the city of Everett is the Stealth and the Silvertips sure set the bar pretty darn high coming in that first year. I mean, they won the championship both years they came in. So our expectations are going to try to do the same thing and do things the right way and do it very professional. So without further ado, I guess I'll introduce the coaches. My two coaches who are here, they don't talk very much. They kind of sit in the corner, which is great because I do a lot of the talking anyways. But Mike the Bull Crivellis is here, and what's Crecilius? I pronounce his name all the time wrong. and Coach Lippincott. These guys are from the area, have been around youth sports, coached semi-pro and all kinds of football, played the game themselves. They're great for this community as well as these players. The players learn a lot from them. They respect them. Obviously, Bull's one of those guys you don't really want to mess with. So, the players really respect the fact that we get after it and we play hard-nosed football. The one thing you'll find about my team is my team gets very involved in the game. We're not selfish football players. I always tell the guys if they never played professional football before, the first time they catch a touchdown, they get to keep the ball. After they do that, I want them 6-7 rows up with the fans, high-fiving the fans and giving the balls to the kids, being involved in plays. And the one thing that we make sure that we do is, language is a no-no for me. I have 6 kids. I don't want to have my 6 kids sitting behind the bench and having the players acting silly. So we make sure that we set those standards right out of the gate. I actually had a player one time apologize to me halfway through the game because I had all my kids behind me. But those are the type of players that we'll bring in here, that will respect the game and respect the community and respect the morals of the game more than anything. The one player who I'll announce is Jordan Piper. We're going to sign Jordan today, and we've got a contract ready for him. Jordan's been in this league for 3 years. This will be his 3rd year. He's one of the most exciting receivers in the game.
How you guys doing today?
All right. Finally, I got you here. You don't have handcuffs on. The league want to make sure you don't have handcuffs. You want to sign that?
All right.
All right. Now you can cut your hair.
I don't really have much to say. I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't think I was going to have to talk today, but I played ball here. I went to the school right down the street to Everett, and I played baseball, got drafted by the A's in the 28th round of the 04 draft. So I know the town. I think I played my last high school football game here, and just real excited to have the season get started and fans come out and support. So thank you very much.
They warned me ahead of time that they were going to bring me up, and I really didn't believe them, but they made a believer out of me now. I've had a chance to walk through this facility, and it blew my mind at all the different things that we can do. I oversee a lot of the game day operations, and I like to put on a good show, and I think with this venue and all the different things that I've got to work with here, I think when the fans come out, we got 7 home games, and I'm going to make sure that we put on a really good show for you. Thank you.
Take some questions if there's questions out in the audience. The league overall, we're in the league called the Indoor Football League. I actually heard a couple of notes today about arena football, and of course there are differences between arena football and the Indoor Football League. The Indoor Football League has been around for 3 years now. We're headed into the 4th year of the season. In 2012. There are 16 teams nationwide in the Indoor Football League. The closest team to us, of course, is the Tri-Cities team, Tri-Cities Fever. In our conference, we will probably be, the actual schedule itself will be out, we expect, within a week or two. But as it's shaping up, it looks like we'll have Colorado, Wyoming, and Tri-Cities ourselves will be the main part of our division. Northwest Pro Sports is the ownership group, and Northwest Pro Sports has done an awful lot of market research in order to make some really good business decisions here. The team that was Kent, or rather midway through the season, switched to the Seattle Timberwolves, is not going to operate this season. We simply decided to let that go dark for the season. After great research, we've decided that Everett is the place to be, and we want to make a really strong presence here. So we're very excited to be here. In regards to the Seattle team, will it come back? There's a possibility, but right now our entire concentration is solely on Everett.
Do you then consider yourself an expansion team or a relocated team, or how would you express
it? It would basically be an expansion team. The Everett team is brand new to the market, and in regards to the team itself and coaches and everything, the ownership group is the same. It is Northwest Pro Sports. Coach Ponder was our head coach of the Seattle Timberwolves. I was very fortunate. I feel very fortunate to have found Coach Ponder and brought him out. A lot of strong beliefs in his ability, and we saw that last year, and that's why we have him under contract to be here. As far as the players go, we will be bringing in a lot of new faces, a lot of new players. It will not be the same team as you saw last year. That isn't to say that some of the players wouldn't come up or make this team. But all the players are going to be brought in and gone through training camp and everything to form an Everett team. Everett, starting with an E, the quickest version of this I can give you is, we started looking at animal names for E. We came to Eagles. Anyway, the Eagles kind of led us to Raptors. As we were looking at that, we saw the F-22 Raptor. And the F-22 Raptor, as we looked at that, went, we have parts for the F-22 Raptor that are built by Boeing. And then there was another connection, and that was the naval connection. The F-22 Raptor, they actually put a tail on that, and they call it an F-22C Raptor. It lands on aircraft carriers. Well, we happen to have one of those in Everett, too. So we started to put these types of things together in the community. As far as what Raptor we chose, we decided to go with the Velociraptor, obviously, for the logo. But that's where the name Raptor came from, some community ties.
What's the schedule and days of the week to have games?
Well, we would love to have Saturdays, but as a third tenant in the building, we're very happy to be here. And we understand that the Silvertips as well as the Stealth have first crack at those days. So as far as the schedule won't be out for probably another week or two. We're not exactly sure from the league. They're still finalizing all of that. We're very excited to have that as well. As far as our games here, we will have some Thursday night games. We'll have a Friday night game. We'll have a Saturday night game. But those are predominantly the days that we'll have them. And our first year end certainly will be more Thursdays, so we're definitely looking for our fan support out there to help us in our first year and come support us on Thursday nights. Actually, we start the end of February, last week of February. Our first game, actually, I believe, is scheduled to be an away game in Tri-Cities, if that holds true to the schedule. And then we'll run all the way through June. We can go into the month of July. We get into the playoff and championship, which, of course, we're holding Coach Ponder some pretty high standards to get us there. So, other questions? The entertainment value is still something that's very important, and I think that the Silvertips and the Stealth have shown by their attendance that they have here in Everett that the people, the fans of Snohomish County and Everett are definitely willing to come out and support their local sports teams. We see that in the attendance that these teams have. We believe that we can do the same thing. We're playing the best game in the world. We're playing football, guys, and there's just nothing like that. So we really, really look forward to bringing that here. When you talk about the economy and so forth, and I think that the entertainment dollar is very important to any family at this particular time, and that entertainment dollar has to, live up to a certain expectation. We want to get right in there and give you guys an opportunity, give the entire community an opportunity to say, look, we can take them to a movie, which is basically like parking in front of a TV, okay, or for the same price of going to a movie, we can actually bring them out here, put them in front of a live football game, and we're talking, for a lot of people who haven't seen indoor football, there's really nothing like it. If you go to a Seahawks game, it's wonderful, it's fun, but you're back, quite a distance compared to what you are inside an indoor venue. And when you see that football, that live action, those hits, you hear it and you see it, it's like, wow, it's right there in front of you. Here you can catch a player in your lap. All we ask is that you keep the football and throw our player back.
Yeah, the difference between the two games, obviously, I've coached in arena football. I prefer the indoor football league due to the fact that now you're going to see two guys in motion rather than one. With that, the defense has more abilities to drop defensive linemen. They don't have to have linebackers in the box. The linebackers have to start lining up at 5 yards deep rather than right near the football. So what you've really done is you've taken the outdoor game and you brought it indoors. I had a lot of problems with a lot of the guys who I had in arena football in the past for 5-6 years, trying to sell them to NFL. Obviously, played in the NFL. I have NFL contacts, and my coaches had played there. And we'd made all these contacts to try to get these guys moved up. We felt that they were good enough. A lot of people said, well, DBs play one-on-one. Of course the receiver's going to have 9,000 yards receiving. I mean, that doesn't mean the guy's a good football player. It just means that all he has to is one guy, and he gets to run fast toward him. The poor guy's got to backpedal and cover him. And then the offensive linemen, they basically stand there for 3 seconds, take up space, and they're not actually going downfield and blocking. You're going to see a lot more running in our game, a lot more zone reads. I guess you can equate it to, I hate to use this terminology in the state of Washington, but the Oregon Ducks spread offense. High pace, zone reads, throwing the football, spread out. Or, Coach Sark, I actually know Coach Sark, so he's a USC guy, so I'm a Southern California guy. And, he obviously runs a West Coast type offense. So you're going to see more spread stuff. 4 receivers can be out wide. You don't have to have a running back in the backfield. The running backs in arena football are 6'1", 295 pounds, and they're glorified offensive linemen. Our guys, you can't catch them in an elevator. I mean, I'll challenge one of you guys to put him in an elevator and try to catch him. He's fast. I mean, D.D. Holyfield can get up and burn, and he can move. I mean, Pipe's lost some weight. He can't catch him. But he needs to lose some more weight, too, by the way. So the game's a lot different. It's a lot. You're going to see the same scoring. You're going to see games that they're scoring 40, 50, 60 points. We had a team score 107 points this year. Had another team score 103. We had another team score 90. I mean, you're going to see high-scoring games. It doesn't stop the amount of points that are being scored. What it does is it takes that outdoor game, squashes it down, and puts it indoors. It's a lot more of a challenge for a coach, a defensive coach, and an offensive coach. It's more strategy. It's not just my guys are better than your guys, like arena football. When arena football, you get one guy in motion. If my one receiver is better than your one DB covering him, you're going to score. Well, now it can't work out that way. They can drop 4 guys in defensive linemen. They can blitz from here. They can zone blitz. There's a lot of things that you have to be able to do in this game. And as a football enthusiast or somebody who knows the game really well, it's not as simple as arena football. You can start to understand the game a little bit more. It's kind of like my 8-year-old who likes sitting in front of the TV and watching, his football teams play. He likes the game because he likes to see the players run over. I can watch the game, and if it's a team that I don't like and I don't like their strategy or their way they're going at the game, it's boring to me. But as a football person, it's not only exciting for the younger kids to see the high-paced game, but for somebody who actually understands the game, there's a lot of strategy involved in there, and you can see what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Other things you're saying, 11 guys inside, 4 downs?
8 on 8. 8 on 8. 8 on 8. Yep, you can. You have to have 4 guys on the line, and the other 4 can be in the backfield. You'll see more shotgun in this league than you would in arena football. You'll see more athletic quarterbacks. We were hoping to have our quarterback here and get him signed. Hopefully we can get that done pretty soon, too. He's one of the most electrifying players in the league. So, you're going to see a different caliber. He's not just going to be a drop-back quarterback. He's going to be a guy who's 6'2", 6'3", runs a 4.4, can get up and make a 35-yard run for a touchdown, and real athletic players. But the offensive linemen are the same. Now, we don't have to play both sides of the ball. Offensive linemen don't have to play defensive line. Success is from my standpoint, it's done in wins and losses, and it's also done with what you're able to do in the community. I'll be the first one to tell you that I'm probably about as competitive as anybody out there. I don't like to lose. But I would take a team that would go 500 every single year, that the community supported, and you're actually giving back to the community, and the community felt like it was their team. And I think that's really the mix that you've got to have. You can win every single football game but have no connection with the community, and the community doesn't feel like it's theirs. That's what we want to do, is be part of the community. And there's baby steps, and we can't just jump in and say, here we are. We've got to take those steps, and we've got to make the first steps, which going out and talking with the kids, being involved in all the charity events in the community. And then the kids start showing up. They start to get their favorite players. When their favorite player has a You know, when they have a birthday party, our players will be at the birthday party if the parent wants to call us up and email Jim. We do that. You know, we'll go out and read to kids. We had all our players driving all the way up to Seattle, 35 minutes, paying for their gas to make sure that they were able to read in front of 14, 16 kids that had some learning disabilities. Those weren't our main fan base, but it's that over time, we're not looking for handouts. We're not looking for anything special. We're just looking to be part of the community. I think that's the entertainment, and I think that's the connection that you make to the community, and that's what makes you successful. There's no protective territories. Every player in this league signs, like Jordan signed a one-year contract. Every player is under a one-year deal. So after that year's up, the players become restricted free agents. You know, the team still owns somewhat of their rights for the next year, but they can sign with another team. And there's obviously trades and negotiations made the same way as any other league. So there's no territorial. As far as players, we'll have players from all over the United States. We'll have players from Canada and some CFL players. We'll have ex-NFL players, maybe some current NFL players that they keep losing to some of their teams, and they might get released. And we'll have some Division I players, and we'll have Division III NAIA players. And I'll look nationwide. There are tryouts all over the place. You know, as a coach and being in this league as long as I have quite a few connections with a lot of agents who are NFL agents, CFL agents, as well as we will have a few tryouts. And I'll tell you this about tryouts. I'm a firm believer, and I think that's why the ownership and I get along really well, is we're kind of under the same beliefs. We will have tryouts here. But if I sign 15 receivers and I already have my receiving core, there's no way I'm going to take $35 from a guy when I already have my receiving core. We'll make sure that we announce that we've got our receiver signed, we're looking for DBs. We've got our offensive linemen, we're looking for defensive linemen. So, you know, as we get going into the process, if we have tryouts, I mean, the players are going to know what we're looking for, and we're going to make sure we do things the right way, because it's not a big cash call for us to do a tryout. I mean, in the end of a tryout, the ownership's not going to make a whole lot of money anyway, so let's not try to, I mean, we would probably do it around middle to, you know, late November, maybe January, depending on where those needs are for us, and we'll kind of figure out where those are at as a staff. And I think they're sick of hearing from me.
Coach says you can talk. Any other questions? If not, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you being here and welcoming us into the community of Everett.